Welcome to Lively Up Girl, Affirmations and Coffee YouTube channel. My name is Linda M. As you take off your shoes, relax, and curl up in your favorite blanket, I will read a short story. This story is about a woman who vacations at a resort and meets a stranger along the way. But is he really a stranger? Let's begin. As she stepped off the plane, the warm tropical air enveloped her, a welcome reprise from the chill of winter back home. She had been looking forward to this solo vacation for months, a chance to escape the monotony of her daily routine and recharge her batteries. The resort was everything she had hoped for and more. A luxurious oasis surrounded by crystal clear waters and lush greenery. She spent her days lounging by the pool, reading books, and taking leisurely strolls along the beach. One evening, as she was sipping her cocktail at the resort's bar, she noticed a man sitting alone at the end of the bar, nursing a whiskey on the rocks. There was something about him that caught her attention. Perhaps it was his rugged good looks or his piercing blue eyes, but she couldn't quite put her finger on it. As she continued to gaze in his direction, he caught her eye and smiled, and she felt flutter in her chest. He introduced himself as Max, and they struck up a conversation about everything, from their shared love of adventure to their favorite books and movies. As the night wore on, they found themselves lost in conversation, laughing and joking like old friends. The next day, Max joined her for a snorkeling trip to the nearby reef, and as they swam together through the vibrant marine life, she felt a spark of electricity that she couldn't ignore. But it wasn't until their third night together, when they sat on the beach, watching the stars twinkling above, that the truth began to unravel. As they talked about their pasts, Max mentioned a particular incident that seemed eerily familiar to her, and then it hit her. She had known him in high school. "Max?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "You're not Max, are you?" He chuckled and leaned in close. "No, my name is actually Jack, but I think you know me better than that." As they pierced together their shared history, they realized that they had been classmates at a small private school many years ago. Jack had been a few years older than her, and she had always thought that he was out of her league. But now, as they gazed into each other's eyes, they both knew that something special was happening. They talked long into the night, sharing stories of their lives since high school. Jack's time in the CIA, her own career as a writer. As the days went by, they found themselves falling deeply in love. But as much as they wanted to make this relationship work, they both knew that their time together was limited. Jack's retirement from the CIA had brought him to this quiet corner of the world for a reason: to lay low and to keep a low profile. The day before her departure loomed large on their horizon. As they walked along the beach together, hand in hand, Jack turned to her with tears in his eyes. "I don't want this to end," he said. "I want to be with you. But I also know that my past is complicated, and I don't want to put you in danger." She took his face in her hands and looked deep into his eyes. "I know what I'm getting myself into," she said. "But I also know I can't just walk away from this feeling. Take me back to your place with you." Jack's eyes lit up with hope as he nodded. "Really?" She smiled. "Really." And so they spent their last few days on the island, making plans for a new life together, one filled with adventure, excitement, and love. As she boarded the plane to leave behind the resort and its memories, she knew she was embarking on a journey that would take her farther than any vacation ever could. Was it worth it? Absolutely. For in the end, sometimes it takes taking a chance on love to find true happiness, even if it means leaving behind the familiar shores of your old life behind.